Hello, welcome to Real Frank Movie Reviews. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the new movie, Missing. Missing. You see my pencil? No, you don't see my pencil. My pencil is missing. My special guest reviewer and I are going to break this movie down. We will be talking about spoilers. So, spoiler alert. And we're going to get into how proud Steve Jobs would be of this movie, Missing. We'll get into all of that next.
Real Frank.
All right, let's get right into it. Back to Real Frank Movie Reviews, Kevin. Great to have you back, Kevin.
Thanks, Frank. Great to be back.
Oh, so Missing, did you miss me?
Yes, it's been a bit. Been a while, right?
Been a bit, yes. So, Missing, can you give our audience a synopsis, an overview of what this movie was about?
Yes, using the power of Apple, let's find my missing mom.
Wow, that is probably the best synopsis or summary of a movie I've ever heard in my life. Straight to the point.
I think that sums up the movie quite well. Right?
Yeah, you couldn't be more precise. I mean, that's brilliant. Brilliant. You repeat it one more time because I just loved it.
Yes, using the power of Apple, let's find my missing mom.
That is awesome. Yes, that's what it was about, basically, right? So, I believe you saw the previous one. What was it called? Searching or something?
Yeah, you asked me, should I see it?
Yeah.
And I thought about it, and I said, no, this is a movie you need to go in blind.
Yes.
I don't think it's an experience. You either like it or you're not going to like it, right?
Yes.
I don't think there's no middle ground on this movie. But, yeah, so I'm glad you went in blind. I'm very interested to see your opinions.
Yes.
So,
You did see the first one, though. You saw Searching.
I did, and it's very similar.
Okay.
It's a guy looking for his missing daughter, but it's the same premise, right? Everything is through a view of a computer or a phone or a security camera. Yeah. And I saw it in the theaters when it came out. I haven't seen it since. And that came out back in 2018.
Okay.
But yeah, they're basically the same movie.
Basically the same movie.
So,
but this is a different story. Whoever got kidnapped or searching or whatever.
Yeah, different story. They try to do twists in it. It's a very similar premise.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, so I never saw Searching, so I went in this blind like you suggested, which I'm glad I did.
Yeah, did you even watch the trailer, or did you really go in blind?
Completely blind. I had no idea what this was going to be about.
That is what I wanted you to experience. I didn't want you to know what it was about or or anything.
Nothing. So what did you think of it?
That's a tough question, right? I like bits and pieces of it. But the novelty wasn't quite there like it was in the first one, right? I knew what to expect.
Right.
I knew what beats it was going to hit. I'd say it's probably overall, to me it's like an average movie with some interesting twists into it. And I sort of want to dive into the twists, like what you thought about it, how realistic it was to you. Did you buy into it, right? So
I'm glad you brought up all those questions because you and I are in a unique situation. Well, not really unique. We have had careers in technology, right? That's long careers in technology. Now, I could see if you didn't know anything about technology or you knew a little bit about technology, how you would think of some of these things like, wow, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, no, it's funny. To me, it was like an hour and a half long movie, an ad for Apple products. I want to live in the Apple ecosystem.
That was my whole point. The real star of this movie was the MacBook.
Yes. Having a phone, like the girl whole age would be using a phone, not a Mac, but the MacBook was the star of the show.
Star of the show. Now, being in technology and being heard that she was, she's teenager you still think she was? Like 19, 18?
18. They said she was 18.
18.
So.
Okay, 18 was the age. How often do you think she's actually leaving her webcam on the entire day?
Right. Yeah. Well, I'll give it that. The movie needs to move the narration forward, right? So I wasn't nitpicking it like that. So.
But I mean, if you could have
awfully convenient.
Convenient. I mean, I know no one. Everyone's so weird about leaving their webcam. Oh, I don't want someone spying on me. Yeah, this whole movie was her leaving her webcam on so we could see everything she was doing on her computer.
Right.
Which was very, very unique. I thought that was kind of strange, going in blind. But to give them, the idea is very original. Me going in blind, never seen it before. It was a very original idea, not knowing searching. Had I seen searching, I'd be like, oh, probably a copycat, just like you're saying.
It's a carbon copy of
Okay.
pretty much. I mean, the story is slightly different.
Right.
But it's the same premise. You're viewing the world through technology, right? Through text messages and FaceTime calls and security cameras. So,
in reality, though, I mean, a teenager, 18 years old, she's not FaceTiming. She's texting. All her communication is going to be through texting. Right? It's not going to be through FaceTiming everybody. No. I mean, the people she has to, like that police dude, over there, she had a FaceTime. And I love the convenience of, to not go full Apple, they made sure she had to install WhatsApp for Javier, whatever he was.
Dude, I know the actor. I couldn't place him in what he's done before, but
Oh, he always plays a bad guy. He's like I've seen him in other movies where he's been like a gangster, like this notorious head of a family.
Love that actor. He made the movie for me.
Yeah.
So
now, some of the things I had problems with this story. I mean, overall, I thought it was, not seeing the first one, was a very unique way to film a movie.
Let me know when you walked into the theater and it started playing and they started doing the old Windows 7, it must have been, or XP.
Yeah.
What were you thinking when it was happening? Because they started with the video camera, right?
It was like a flashback to when she was a kid up in a cabin.
Right, so she was a child then, and her mom and dad were at the cabin.
Right, and her dad's nose is starting to bleed. And you're thinking, oh, my guy's got cancer or something. He's going to die. Now he's a 2-bit piece of shit drug dealer. Druggie.
Yeah, we'll get to that part. That's where the movie lost me a little bit when that twist happened, right?
Yes. So. Well, I mean, it was a ridiculous twist. Like, she's gonna get into an Uber. They get an Uber, and come to find out, he was the Uber driver. Like, she's not gonna recognize her ex-husband as the fucking Uber driver. I mean, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. So, but you're right. So it was like I don't think you were quite ready for everything to be like watching a computer screen for pretty much the whole movie, right? So,
right. I figured at some point they would clip away or something, but they never did. I give them credit for that. My other big issue with this thing is, all right, let's say I buy into everything, like the story-wise. She didn't recognize her ex-husband as the Uber driver. Why is she dating a guy? She was in a marriage with a guy who was a druggie, right? He had trouble with the law, a druggie. Right. So she goes on a dating site, and the guy confides to her that he was in jail too. So why would a woman who just came from that, is in hiding from her ex-husband, start dating another guy that has another history like that? That to me was so unbelievable, because I would think it would be the complete opposite.
So, yeah, and so I try to make you buy into it, right? So, first of all, did you believe all the password hacking that was going on? Did you buy that?
No.
It's like this tech guy is using the same password for everything.
Right? He's a tech guy. He's a criminal too. That you find out later. And he's using same password, and she's figured it out. And the email is this, and then the way she hacked in her mom's email, and I don't know. It's just like, wow, sometimes you can get lucky one time hacking, like you get lucky with one email account, but to get the two different ones of someone, that's pretty weak, unless they're using your laptop.
So, I think they tried to make you buy into that story, because when she hooked into his dating profile and he was watching all the videos back and forth, right?
Yes.
It made you. I think the movie was trying to get you sympathy for them, that it was a real relationship, and sort of like throw you off. So I found that interesting, right? All the time I thought the guy was the bad guy, but the Kevin Lynn guy or whatever he is,
Kevin Lynn,
the bad guy.
Yeah.
So trying to throw you off a little bit. And then all that was to set up another twist, right?
Yep.
So
another twist to get you off the trail.
Right.
Then we end up right back to the beginning. When was the father?
Right.
So let's go to the ending, because I have some issues with the ending. So they're in the cabin. She knows where the webcam is.
Let's step back a little bit. Like, what was a little confusing to me was, okay, she called this guy, right? Her dad, basically. So she found out that the one guy she thought kidnapped her mom went to this cabin, right? She found the phone number, called the guy. Why did it take that guy, her dad, so long to figure out that he was her daughter and that's where she lived, right?
I think he knew, didn't he? And he was trying to stay out of it. And then
I don't know. That was where it lost me a little bit. So I was okay with the twists that were coming, right? I sort of said, okay, that was sort of neat how you try to get sympathy for the main guy you thought. And then you find out he staged the whole thing. He had that model come down and he swapped. Somewhere along the way in the Uber car, she got kidnapped somehow, right? But then to have the dad show up, that's where I didn't like that twist at all.
And the fact that she remembers him, I mean, all she had was that one video, right? And she was very young, and then recognized his voice and everything right away.
Like, he didn't even, I don't know, like when he threw his mask off to reveal himself, or his hat or whatever he took off, to me, that didn't look like the same actor, right? I don't know why that is. I know it was, but there was something weird about that moment to me.
And what was amazing too, he didn't age. He looked the same as that video, right? They tried to age him.
Where it jumped a little bit for me is when he came and stole the daughter and took them out to the cabin, right?
Yeah.
So,
all right. So we're in the cabin. We find out she's captured there, right? And then she gets caught up there. Dad comes and grabs her, and she knows where the camera was. Now, here's one part that I was confused about, too. Was her dad having access to her MacBook and was watching her? That's the part I was confused.
No, that was... Okay, so there's, like... Her, like you said, the webcam where the computer was still running at her house. Her phone was there. So the security camera was watching her off her MacBook, I think.
Right. So she saw the camera. She was watching him from her MacBook. But her dad never had access to her webcam and was watching her, right?
Right, I think so. It's a little confusing. I'll give you that, right?
Yeah, okay. So the big finish, she saves the day because she knows where supposedly the web camera is. Fine, I'll give her that. All right, she was looking at it. She has an idea. She finds it. But she's talking to it and says, hey, Siri, call 911. My whole thing, where I got pissed off in the movie was, okay, you can talk, right? But you can't hear back to know if Siri heard you, right? And then the 911 operator is going to answer, right? And go, hello, 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 right? You can't tell if you're talking over the 911 operator, if the 911 operator can hear you, because you can't hear it.
Dude, that is... I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just saying, oh, yeah, that's... that is a beautiful opinion you have there.
You know what I mean? Like, she can't know if it went through, right? She can't know if someone's talking on the other line. She doesn't know at what point 911 picked up, right?
Right.
and she doesn't know if they're going to show up. And how does 911 go, who the hell is this? Because her phone is at the place, so wouldn't they go to her place first because they're going to trace the call, right? And they're going to be like, oh, man, we were pranked.
We're trying to shoehorn everything into a technology device. It falls apart, right? If you really think about it, there's logic gaps that you have to buy into, or you're hoping like someone's watching it doesn't think these things through to buy into it, right? So
I am impressed. Like the whole entire time I am watching this, I'm thinking, are they truly filming this movie through this webcam, or do they have a legitimate camera that they film movies with that make it look like it?
No, I think if I remember correctly, I think it's all computer generated graphics, I think. So
all right, that's cool, because
I think
they did a good job with that, because that's what I was thinking the entire time. Are they really just recording from the webcam like this and recording her screen, or are they, figured some way out to make it look like that? Because that's pretty cool.
No, I'll give the movie credit. It does make technology look cool on screen, the way text and everything go back and forth, right?
Right.
So,
yeah. What it was when you saw it at the movie theater? Was there a lot of people there?
No. I saw it Friday night about 8. It was 10 people in the theater.
10 people.
Which I figured this ain't gonna be like a hit.
Right.
It's a small movie that will make what? I don't know, a couple, probably like $5-6 million opening weekend.
Probably, yeah. Were you paying attention to any other audience members? Like, were they buying it? Like, they were like, or
no, it was a quiet theater.
Quiet theater, huh?
So
mine was pretty active. There was a couple people talking through it, like trying to figure it out and stuff. Like, we're into it.
You had a better audience than I did. Mine was a very sedate audience. Right?
Yeah, that was my favorite part. Like hearing them talking, like, dude, no, I bet she's that guy. Oh my God, she's so smart to get the password. I was hearing those type of conversations.
Well, yeah, that's cool. That makes it a better viewing experience. So
yeah, for sure it was. Is there anything else we should talk about that we might have missed?
No, I think this one's short because you either like this movie or you don't like this movie, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's an okay movie. If I, like I said, if I had seen the first one, maybe I have a different perception, but coming in blind, I'm okay,
I think Searching is the better movie. I think that one, the novelty stands out. I like the main character better.
Okay.
It wasn't an annoying teenage girl, right? So.
The other part I was laughing at too is when she went to the airport to pick up her mom, right? And she puts her camera down and going to film the whole thing. She's not doing that.
That's TikTok, dude. Don't the kids do that?
I don't know. I think you're going to put your camera down and you're going to stand there for 2 hours, wait for your mom to come out, and you're going to film the whole thing of you standing there for 2 hours. Hey, Mom.
Oh, yeah. One final comment, I guess. So it was sort of interesting how at the end of the movie she reconciled with her mom, and her emoji changed over the profile picture.
Yeah.
Right? She hated her mom.
Yep.
She had a mom with a bunch of curse words on it. And all was good at the end.
All good, because my mom almost died.
Yes, my mom almost died.
My mom almost died, so I love her now.
Oh, and the twist in Searching I thought was better too. Like, it wasn't this dad that came out of nowhere after 18 years, right? So
I gotta watch it now just to compare it. No, I won't have to find it.
It was so similar. It's like yeah, sorry, it's just such a similar movie. It's almost watching like the same movie again. It's just different characters and different twists. So
all right, well let's go ahead and rate this thing. Overall, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. What do you score this, Kevin?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'll say it's an average movie. I'll stick with the middle of the road. We'll say a 5.
A 5, nice. All right, solid 5. You going for a solid 5?
Yeah. Solid 5.
All right. I can't believe this, but overall, I give this movie a 4.9.
Oh, that's pretty good. We're almost on the same wavelength.
Yeah, I thought it was average. Like I said, it may have changed had I seen the first one first, But since I went in blind, I didn't think it was too bad. Like something different for me.
No, I'm glad you went in blind because this movie's unique and just to try to show everything through a phone or a computer, you just don't see that every day, right?
No. So. They try to think something outside the box, which you got to kind of respect,
Yeah, I respect that, right?
Yeah.
So,
but other than that, would I watch it again? Probably not. No.
Nah, I never revisited Searching either. That was an interesting experience watching it in the movie theater, and I never had to want to go back and watch it because once you know the twists and stuff, it's like, how much rewatchability is there, right? So
unless you want to watch for the clues, or there was little clues that they hit at.
Yeah, they do see that a little bit, I think, right? So
but other than that,
once you track the guy that took the woman down to Colombia, once you track, you saw, he really went out there to plan this. It was planned from the very beginning.
Yeah,
right.
Right, for sure. All right. So, Kevin gives it a 5. I give it a 4.9. That's our review for Mirror. Until next time, thanks for watching.